And the bad guys along with
It is so good to have you back here.
Thank you.
Talk to us about your fascination with space exploration. When did it start and why?
Well, it started, frankly, at the age of 14. That's how old I was when Armstrong and
I remember
Aldrin,
that moment.
landed on the moon, and I had my little camera out in front of the television set, snapping away the pictures. And the very next day, the New York Times had a special three-page section in which they interviewed all the thought leaders of the day. So theologians, physicists, philosophers, actors, even, painters like, Pablo Picasso. He says, it makes no difference to me. I could care less, just shocking things. But what was fascinating was the existential issues that these great thinkers were talking about, how our perception of God and the universe would change. And as a 14-year-old, I sensed, and I always loved history, that somehow these men would be profoundly changed by the voyages.
Yeah.
And I read every book there was to read about the mechanics and the intricacies of their missions, but nobody really delved into those deeper, philosophical questions. And I wanted to do the Right Stuff 2.0.
Yeah.
All right, the anatomy of courage. How did they conquer their fear?
And how they had the courage beforehand, but how that journey changed them. Now, there were 24 in total, but 12 are still living, right?
12 are still living. Only, 12 walked on the moon and 12 orbited.
Right, but they still went to space.
Yes,
so
they did.
Was there, in the 12 that you interviewed, was there a central theme that all of them that resonated with all of them?
Yes. The most significant result was they all came back with the same conclusion, that we are living in the Garden of Eden, paradise, and we have failed to appreciate it.
Wow.
So Jim Lovell, who was on Apollo 13, and as you know, was made famous in the movie by Tom Hanks.
Right.
Lovell said to me, Basil, after 50 years, I've come to the conclusion that you don't go to heaven when you die. You go to heaven when you're born.
Wow.
Wow is right. It just knocked me off
Earth is
my
heaven.
Earth is heaven. And he says, it's our job to get up every morning. He says, take a look at that field out there, the tree, the flower, the water, and just appreciate how lush with life this earth is, and this great gift that we have been given.
So, Basil, collectively speaking, is that the big part of their takeaway that they want most of us, just the average Joe or Jane, to feel? Or what's your take from them?
It is. I think they want us to just remember that we are living on the only known planet to have life.
Okay, so these are leaders by definition.
Yes.
We're in an era where there's a lot of arguing about the environment.
Sure.
And there's science deniers who are very loud. Why are these people not speaking out more publicly? Did you ask them that?
Well, remember, they're now all almost 90.
They still have a voice.
They still
Were you
have.
surprised that they weren't?
Well, they're doing it in places like the various space symposiums and conferences and what have you. So it's not that they're not talking about it; it's that the mainstream media isn't really picking up on it.
Very quickly here, what about the future of space exploration? Do many of them think it should and will continue, or are they doubtful?
Yes, they are all for it 100%, and they believe that we should return to the moon and build a lunar base there, and they see it as the gateway to the rest of the solar system, so that you can assemble a rocket from the moon and not have to build some monster like the Saturn V, to get you up to Mars.
Very fascinating.
Are you working on another project with them?
I am.
And he's tight-lipped about
That's it. Keep us posted, Basil. We're glad to have you back in Memphis,
Thank you so much
Tennessee.
for having me. I really appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Thank you
very much.